I mentioned before that I have usually have frozen broccoli in the fridge, and I use it for a lot of things. And you're looking, how is this going to be good, Drew? You are starting out with 2 cups of broccoli. That's 70 calories if you want to keep track. We're going to put in a little bit of my favorite Italian sweet cream for flavoring. We've got the vanilla. We've got vanilla protein powder, and we've got peppermint. Let me show you what that makes. Okay, getting ready to put that on the blender, but let me show what we got in there. We've got 3 scoops of protein powder, which is 225 calories. I've got about 3 tablespoons of the cream in there, so that's another 45 calories. I've got 1 milliliter of the peppermint and about a teaspoon of this Madagascar vanilla. So I think it needs a little bit more broccoli to make it a little bit more green, but who wants a shamrock shake? This is tastes exactly like a shamrock shake with the peppermint and the broccoli. It's the first time I'm using this protein powder, so it seems to be overpowering the color a little bit. You can tell there's a little bit of green in there, but a little bit more broccoli would make it greener, but I'm telling you right now, it tastes exactly like a shamrock shake. And it's about, I'm gonna count this at 400 calories. I think I'm over counting there, but 400 calories for breakfast, I get a shamrock shake, 2 cups of broccoli and some protein. It's good stuff. I'll see you guys at lunch. So breakfast was a bit of a disaster. I ended up finishing about half of it, so I only really had about 200 calories. A couple things that went wrong with it was the blender I was using didn't make it as fine as I'm used to. I need to go back to my old-fashioned blender. And then the other thing was that way too much protein powder to it. So I'm gonna try that again. No big deal. You laugh and you move on. So today for lunch, let me show you what we're having for lunch. We're having spam musubi. I love my spam musubi. Thank you, my Hawaiian cousins. Much appreciated for keeping this around. So spam musubi with some vegetables. Each one of those is probably about 300 calories, maybe 400 calories. So I probably will only have 2 or 3 of them, we'll see. And then I'll have all the vegetables. But anyway, that's lunch, maybe dinner. Hey, so this is Saturday the 14th, June 14th. Yeah, little side story on the spam musubi. It's kind of a family favorite. We were in Hawaii vacationing 13 years ago, and I had bought 2, and everyone made fun of me and my family. Ooh, what are you eating that? And I went away to go get some Diet Coke or something. I came back, and my youngest, who was 8, had already finished 1 and was 3/4 of the way through the other one. So he and I shared a love of spam musubi. I just think it's awesome. It's a good food to have once in a while. Anyway, so I did end up eating all 4 of those, and going to watch it. I'm going to count today as at 1900 calories, so over what I intended. Mostly because, one, I wasn't sure how much of the smoothie I actually drank, whether it was half or 3/4, so I may have some extra calories there. And then on those spam musubis, there's somewhere between 3 and 550 calories. They didn't look big enough to be in the 500 range. I think they were in the 300 to 400 range. A failed experiment, not a failed, but a botched smoothie, and then 4 spam musubis, and I'm perfectly content. Anyway, happy early Father's Day to everyone, and I will see you at the podcast tomorrow.